Hello, my name is Ricky Johnson, and I'm presenting about problem solving. First thing that came to mind about problem solving is, what is problem solving? What does it mean? Problem solving, that I found out, means being able to think of solutions in order to solve the problem. Students can be engaged and be able to use this skill in the real world. So this is a process that would be able to develop higher thinking skills. My next question was, what part of our brain does problem solving take place? I found out that it is located in the frontal lobe of our brain. So that means we are able to move, plan, able to solve, and also think of any problems that we have because of this. And also a fun fact that I found out that this is also has to do with our personality and emotional traits because of the frontal lobe. So who knew? Next question I had is, how can we improve problem-solving skills in order for our students? And I found out that there are 5 steps on how we can help students problem solve, which is also the Woods method that I found in one of my resources. So step 1, it says to define the problem. So that means by thinking and clarifying what the problem is. Step 2 is thinking about it. So once students know what the problem is, we need to help them guide what strategies they have used previously in order to help them with the problem. Step 3, plan a solution. So reminding students what the problem is a must, and will help your students remember what strategies they are using in order to solve the problem. So they can also, in this step, they can be using an equation, they could be researching, they could be modeling an example, using data or charts or anything in order to show their solution. Step 4, carry out the plan. So let them use the strategy all the way to the end. Don't let them stop at any given time. If it does not work, encourage them to find another strategy and solution to solve the problem. It is important never to let them give up. Step 5 is looking back. So this step means basically reflection. So what could have maybe they done differently? Did they even solve the problem? Was it successful? Was it not? What would they want to change, if anything, differently, and why? Next question I had was, what kind of questions can we ask our students that can implement our problem solving or thinking more critically? So some questions that I found were, what are you thinking about this problem? Is there something you could have done before? Would you be able to explain this to another classmate or teacher if given the opportunity? Can you explain how you solved the problem? What are you planning to do in order to solve this problem? Could it be prior knowledge or maybe experiences in the past that can help you with this? How do you know if your solution is correct? What strategies maybe you've used in order to find your solution? What could have made it easier for you to solve this problem? Any of those type of questions I feel can be helpful and help them think more critically. Okay, next question I had also is, why is problem solving so important? I found out that problem solving teaches how to think in a creative but flexible way, not only for us as adults, but also for students. We use this skill in order to solve problems in the real world and what we go through every day. Examples for maybe some of your students could be maybe they're figuring out if they have enough money for snacks, toys, games, or anything. If they like to cook, they're having to deal with measurements, so they need to figure out if they're using the right measurements. Or even, for example, maybe understanding how the human body works. That's what we are having to discuss in our unit right now for science. So any of these skills, also problem solving, can be used for small group activities too. So that way they can share their thinking and also strategies together. Sometimes I even think that students learn more together than just me helping or guiding them. If they are listening to their peers thinking, then sometimes it could just click. Additional information that I liked was mentioned in our psychology textbook, The Psychology of Effective Learning and Teaching by Matt Jarvis. So in this text, PJ explains that the discoveries are not just from exploring, but from problem solving. I believe this is true because when we learn new things at times, when we're solving our own problems, thinking critically and understand what the problem is, has many people come up with solutions that form new discoveries, whether it's technology, medicine, or anything else. We need to encourage our students to think more and use problem solving into their life more in the classroom and even in the real world. I also liked that PJ mentioned that students need to be able to reason their answers instead of just having the answer. So meaning if a student solved a math problem, I want them to be able to explain how they solved it and what method they used and why they think their answer is correct or not. So here are references that I used and gave credit, as well as in each slide in the presentation. So I have learned a lot about problem solving, and I hope you did too. So thanks for listening.